Hey guys, what's up? It is Dave here, bringing you guys another Casual Fridays video. Obviously it's not Friday, and I'm sorry I got morning voice still, I just woke up. So, I got a couple things I want to go over today. Nothing really regarding my series or anything like that. But by the way, episode 20 will be out Tuesday, and it is over 30 minutes long, so be excited for that. I kind of want to go over something a little different today. That these things always kind of bother me, and let me just move my headset a little closer to my face. These things always kind of bother me when people say stuff like this, and maybe you guys will understand this. Maybe you'll agree with me, or maybe you'll be part of those people who actually believe these things. I'm going to go over some RS superstitions. So, yeah, these are some pretty common ones that I notice when watching live streams, when talking to people, and just these are some really stupid superstitions that some people seem to believe in. First of all, relogging with staking. Obviously, does nothing for you since the PID in this game is, it flip-flops between people. It has nothing to do with anything like it. The PID really does not matter that much anymore because it just flip-flops between players every time. It's random. So I think it's kind of funny that people still think relogging affects your PID when obviously there were changes made so that doesn't really do anything. Like, you don't have bad hits based on a login. You don't have any of that. So I think it's funny when people assume things like that. And I know I'm not a staker, but that's kind of exactly why this makes sense to me, because some stakers are extremely superstitious. Like, continuing on with the staker thing, staking more or less based on your win or loss ratio. Like, if you have an extremely high win ratio, some people are like, oh, I'm going to lose this next one, so let me stake real low. It's 50-50 every time. If you're maxed, I'm talking from a max main perspective. If you're maxed main and you're staking a maxed main, and assuming nothing gets scammed on, it's going to be 50-50 every time. I don't know why people seem to think otherwise, but it's 50-50 every single time. Nothing's ever changing there. It's always 50-50. So I don't really understand that one at all, actually. When people seem to think, oh, if I'm on like a 5-loss streak, oh, time to go all in. Let me stake my Ellie because, I'm losing a couple. That means I'm going to win the next one. Nope, that's not how it works. By the way, I'm not really going to be going too much into depth with these unless I feel, the necessary need to do so. But if you guys have any of your own, feel free to comment them. I'm actually interested in seeing if there's any other superstitions like our superstitions that I don't cover. Feel free to leave them in the comments and tell me, because I was talking about this on my stream, and someone mentioned something about getting less points for firing the cannon in BA. I'm sorry, that's my phone. For firing the cannon in BA, and, obviously that's not true either. I'm pretty sure Jagex proved that one wrong according to that particular player, but I don't really play BA, so I don't know that one too much. The next one I have is doing emotes at the beginning of stakes. Obviously, it does nothing. It's just, if anything, gives you a bigger chance to misclick. So there's, as far as I'm aware, no stalls from emotes at this current point in time. Like, emotes can't stall a stake. You can't get the first hit or anything because of that. So I don't really know where that whole idea comes from. They think, oh, if I do the panic emote, then they're going to panic or something along the lines of that. I'm sure that at some point or another there were emotes that stalled, like, so you could get the first hit. But unless that's what's actually happening, emotes do absolutely nothing as well. So the next thing, it's kind of similar to the staking logic. Hopping worlds while bossing because a world is dry. Like, you go on a dry trip at a boss, or you get a loot at a boss, and then you're like, oh, I got a loot. That means that we're not going to get anything else in this world. Let's go to a different world where the RNG is different. Nope, that's really not how it works. Obviously, the drop chance is the same every single time. You could get Bandos Tacits 1 kill, and then the next kill you're just as likely to get Bandos Tacits as you are every other kill, because it's independent of each other. It really does not matter what you got on the previous kill. All kills are independent. Unless Jagex states otherwise for some particular monster, all kills are independent. Like, that's just how it is. It's the same thing as a win-loss streak while staking. Every stake is independent, just like every boss kill is independent. So it doesn't really matter if you just got a loot or you're extremely dry. You're not ever more likely to get a loot or less likely to get a loot. I can understand from someone who bosses a lot, I understand the perspective of, like, oh, it's a 1 in 128 drop rate. I haven't had a drop in 150 kills. I'm going to get something soon. I frequently have those thoughts because I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm past the drop rate. It's going to happen soon. So I understand the reasoning behind that. However, it's obviously not true. It's just something you kind of think to calm yourself down a little bit. But it's the same every time. Every single boss kill is independent of each other. Another one, and this one, since I've been doing a lot of Barrows recently on my live streams, I hear this one a lot. Killing one Barrows brother makes you more likely to receive an item. Obviously not true. This comes from people who, there's this myth out there that if all you kill is Guthans, you're more likely to receive a Guthans War Spear, or you're going to make more money because you're going to get more War Spears. Not really true. The likelihood of receiving an item does not change. Now, I say not really true because technically you could receive more War Spears doing this. Reason being is because you can do more chests. It has nothing to do with the actual drop rate. The actual drop rate, if anything, you're less likely to receive an item in general. Because I believe the Barrows drop rate is 1 in 16 if you've killed all 6 brothers, just to get any non-specific piece. So if you only kill one brother, you're missing out on the chance of getting all those other items. So your likelihood of getting an item goes down significantly. However, when you do get an item, yes, you're more likely to get a War Spear because you have a 1 in 4 chance once you get on the table for that particular drop. However, you're extremely less likely to get onto that drop table. So, no, you will not get more War Spears. However, yes, you will complete chests more quickly. So, in that aspect, yes, you will get more War Spears because, let's say you go from doing 10 chests an hour where you're killing all 6 brothers to you're getting, like, let's say 25 chests an hour, which is a ridiculous amount that will never happen, where you're only killing Guthan. So I can see that perspective. However, no, it's not as profitable to do it like that. It's extremely idiotic in my opinion, unless you're an Iron Man or something like that. You're an Iron Man, or you're doing what I'm doing, which is like from scratch, and you only need one particular item, and placeholders are useless. If you're doing Barrows from a trading perspective, there's no point to only kill one brother, because you can make more money killing all of them. So that's one here. And this one is a big one. This one you hear all the time, anytime you're in any kind of a PK scenario, like a max main scenario involving Darox. Now, as we all know, when you're lower HP, Darox hits higher. Now, that doesn't mean anything other than the max hit increases. So let's say you're 1 HP, you're going to hit a hell of a lot higher than if you're full HP, right? We all understand that. However, people seem to think that it hits more accurately. That is not true at all. The accuracy of the weapon does not change. You're just as likely to hit a 0 when you're at 1 HP, whereas if you're at full HP. You're just as likely to hit a 0. So whenever you're watching, this is something that really grinds my gears. Whenever you're watching like a Darok fight or something on a live stream, when someone's like, 10 HP or something, and they hit a 0, they're like, oh my god, why did I 0 on 10 HP? You can't complain about that. You're just as likely to hit a 0 on 10 HP as you are at 70 HP, because that's just how it is. You're more likely to hit higher when you do hit. Yes, like your max hit does increase, but your accuracy does not increase. So I hope that was all explained pretty well. I don't really have that much to talk about today. It's kind of a shorter video. It's kind of like a rant of superstitions and stuff. So if you guys have your own, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And I don't know if there's anything else I really missed. These are just the ones that I noticed that come up pretty frequently. So this is just kind of an intermittent video. Obviously, there's not going to be any spoilers in this video. So I just, shouldered my headset when I shrugged there because I'm awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, if you have any suggestions for future Casual Fridays videos, feel free to tell me. I mean, obviously these are just kind of talking videos, so if you have any questions and things you want me to address in a future video, feel free to leave a comment. And I will see you guys on Tuesday with that beautiful, there's PKers. That's a lot of PKers, holy shit. I will see you guys on Tuesday with that beautiful 30-minute release. Peace out, guys.